Hello farmers and welcome back to the hills of Tuscany. Got myself down to the store from Production Lane. I got lost a couple times. I haven't been that way yet, but we are here. And we are here to pick up, well first we got to purchase, but we are here to pick up a carrot header. And I think the carrot headers are going to be under miscellaneous. Oh yes, there they are. So I think, for the sugar beet, we went with this header right here. Well, not this header. This is for carrots. But we went with the header that could harvest at 24 miles an hour. I think we're going to get the carrots for 12, and we're going to give that one a try. Carrots, well, we want orange. Ooh, maybe not that kind of an orange. No, okay, wait. No, that's even weird. Wait, what's this one up here? There, that'll work. What color is that actually just called? Fent orange. Okay, that'll work out just fine. That's because that's the color of the crop on the PDA. So that's what we're going with. Let's go ahead and buy that. And you know what? Since we're here as well, because we do have them to harvest later on, maybe not this episode, but at some point, is that going to be under beet technology? The red beets? Yes. You know what? No. Let's hold up on this because I want to see how this header, if the speed feels right. Let me turned around here a little bit. So I did work on Production Lane in between episodes. I went ahead and just did some decorating, put in some fences, did all the stuff that makes it look more like a production building area. Let's see if I can find my way back now to Production Lane. So, really haven't been on this side of the map before, and maybe you guys have not either, so I'll try to find my way back. We'll get to harvesting the carrots, and that way we can get a production building up and going. I'm thinking maybe make some soup, or maybe canned goods, or maybe both, because I don't know how much the production buildings can handle. So if we get a lot of carrots, then I'll probably fill up both. Now the next thing I got to figure out is, am I just going to use the root crop harvester as my own trailer, which, I think will work out just fine. If I use our truck, which a few people mentioned that this is the reason why American trucks aren't in, on European maps, because they're so flippin' long. If I were to use my truck in a trailer, then, maybe it'd be harder to turn around in there. If I take the header off when I go in with the root crop harvester, I can probably unload a little bit easier that way. Oh, yeah, as I'm going past this fuel depot right here, I do need to put down, I don't need to do it, today, because we're not going to be selling anything, but while it's on my mind, I need to go to production selling points down here. Sugar production. I don't have no place to sell the sugar products, the candy. So I figured, well, there's a fuel station right here. Where do you usually buy candy? At least in America anyways. You can always get it at a fuel area. So let's go ahead and just put down that for $5 grand. There, now we have a place to sell our candy. Do we have an idea how much the candy even goes for? I don't think I've made enough yet. So the stall just went on down. So the prices are probably not going to show too much. Candy is going to be way at the bottom, right? Because it's a modded thing. So just regular candy. All right, so $11.70. That sounds pretty darn good for all this candy. But then again, I'm not doing the math to figure out how much I'm putting into it to make that total. But anyways, let's get this harvester up and let's start harvesting some carrots. Yes, Production Lane is what I want to call this. This little lot of land right here, I think we're going to buy this here very soon. I need to put down another production building. I need to put down the potato chip or chips or whatever it is you want to call it. It's not like I need it today. What do they actually call it? Premium, is that it? No, it's preserved food. Potato processing plant to make chips. So we need some type of oil and potatoes. We don't have any of that stuff yet. I don't even have the oil factory yet. We got to buy that. So I know originally it said, oh, we got a $5 million loan. I may not go over that. Yeah, we're going to be going over that for darn sure. Let's see. Is this... No, it was unfolded. All right, let's get that car go by here. Come on, traffic. I'll show you the production buildings units in just a moment. But I want to get to harvesting these carrots. Yes, this seems more fitting, more realistic. A much better pace than the 25 miles an hour. Of course, as I get more of the root crops down and we got to do more of the harvesting, then maybe I would want more. But if we got a lot of root crop harvesting to go along, well, then I can get myself another root crop harvester and we can have 2 harvesters going at once. So yeah, $5 million loan currently is what we have, and we spent $4.8 million of it so far. And we're really not bringing any money in as of yet. Just a little bit of a math as well. I was checking out in between episodes. I went back up to the vineyard where our grapes are, and I was like, okay, how much money are we going to make off the grapes this year? And currently, if I were to sell the products that we currently have for grapes at the prime time that they can be sold at, I'm going to make about $15,000. Yeah, a lot of work goes into grapes for the little bit of return that you get. So, but we're going to keep on going with it. This series really isn't about the money. It's more or less just doing some crops that I haven't had a chance to do myself, or I haven't done hardly at all in FS22. Yes, this harvesting at 12 miles an hour seems to be right for me. So that little plot of land I was just talking about a few seconds ago, we're going to be buying that. A potato processing plant will go there. I think the grass dryer will go there, and I think our fermenting silo, the same ones that are on American Falls, I'll put one down over there so we can make some silage, so we can bring the silage over to the TMR building. That will make TMR with molasses and whatever the other byproduct was. Don't remember off the top of my head, but we'll make a little bit there. I need to buy more farmland because we currently got 4 fields, 1 grass. We just harvested the sugar beet last episode. We're doing carrots here, and we got a red beet field that we got to harvest here in a little while. So yeah, we need to buy more fields so I can get planting more crops. I don't need to do all the crops every year, but we definitely need to up the amount of fields that we have, because we got a lot of different crops that we need to kind of get planted. Basically, you know, I haven't even gotten into the cotton yet because I want to get that spinnery up and going. So yeah, a lot of different type of crops that we've got to plant. Sugarcane also, I probably would like to do maybe a little bit of sugarcane at one point. And the thing with sugarcane is when you plant that and harvest it, it will last, that field will last for 3 years. Meaning sugarcane will regrow, so we want to replant. And of course, we're going to need that for the sugar production for the candy, because we got to repay this loan that we're going to keep on borrowing on. I think the loan may get up to 6 million, maybe max at 7 million. And then hopefully by then we'll be bringing in some cash. I think that's our red beet field to the left, is it not? Yes, that's our red beet field to the left, so we got to go ahead and harvest that. I would like to leave these fields right here as the root crop fields, just because there's plenty of space on either side for the equipment to turn around in. I think the sugar beet field that we just harvested, I may put something like canola into that so we can get some canola to bring to the oil mill. So plenty more to build here in the hills of Tuscany. But my main focus kind of today is to get the crops kind of harvested and get those into production buildings so we can start making some products. So in the future we can actually sell some stuff and, you know, bring in the cash. I'm hoping also by next month we should be able to harvest the grass, and then we'll put that into the grass dryer to make some hay, and then at that point we should be able to get ourselves some sheep and some cows. Oh yeah, and at some point I do got to buy the big VGA for $1 million. Probably won't do it in year 1 because we don't really have a lot of product to bring down. It's not worth making my trip down there to bring like 4,000 liters of this, 3,000 liters of that. So we'll probably wait until spring of next year or mid-season next year. Then we can start bringing some stuff down, make some electricity. The small BGA that's on the farm, that does not make let me double check this. I think it just makes digestate, if I remember correctly. No, I am wrong. It does make electricity. Ooh, yeah, I am wrong on that front. I apologize for that. That makes electricity. I don't know what I was looking at before. I think I was looking at the outgoing products. So it doesn't show the methane electricity, so that just automatically gets sold, I would assume, on the hour. Yeah, so I can't store electricity or the methane. We gotta just sell it. Well, that would be kind of sucky in some ways, because if you got other production buildings that may need like methane or electricity, yeah, you wouldn't be able to distribute it to those production buildings. But I assume the big BGA would allow us to do that. So these fields here will need to be plowed. We do got periodic plowing turned on. Wait, I don't know about the vegetables. I kind of forgot about the vegetables. The sugar beet field will need to be plowed. Are the carrots going to need to be plowed? That'd be a yes. Did it need to be plowed before that? No, it did not need to be plowed before that. So veggies look like are going to need are pretty much treated like a root crop, which they are. But they're going to need to be plowed afterwards. Not that big of a deal. We got ourselves a pretty good plow. And we got ourselves a New Holland T8 to get the job done. We'll probably do stuff like that during the winter months to prep the fields for planting in the springtime. And along with the veggies, though, we're going to have to buy ourselves a ridger. So by ridging the fields before we plant, we'll get a stage of fertilization. But if I remember correctly, from my short time on Zelanka, I don't think the planter or the drill for the vegetables plants with fertilizer. So still got to fertilize the fields after we plant them. But we will get the job done next year. Need to focus on the current job of the day. Get some products in, start making some productions. Trying to figure out, let's see, we're about 60% full. I'm thinking I'll get the whole field into the combine, because that will hold 250,000 liters. Now, if the production buildings cannot take everything that we harvest, we'll have to put down a silo down here. We'll have to buy that lot of land to the right. And I gotta start figuring out how I want to deck it on out. I think I want to put a small shed down here for all the headers for this combine, instead of putting it all up the main farm. I mean, the main farm's only right behind us. Actually, you know what? Maybe I can just put all the headers up there. I'll leave myself some room down here. Because we got plenty of sheds up there, and I think, if I remember correctly, the way it's laid out on that side of the farm, I should have enough room for this harvester to get around. We'll have to bring this header on up and put it into the sheds and see how this will spin around. And then, of course, this can be parked in the big shed where our New Holland combine is. I'm also thinking about buying the other greenhouses as well, and maybe just put that stuff on direct selling. I won't make as much money by putting it on direct selling on hard economy. From what I've been told about a month ago or so, when you put stuff on direct selling, if you're on easy mode or easy economy, you lose 10% of the sale. If you're on normal, you lose 20% of the sale. And if you're on hard economy, you lose 30% of the sale. So being on hard economy, I would lose 30%. So if something is selling for $1,000, I basically get paid $700. But I mean, we got everything over there that we need. We got... I'm trying to remember the name of the tractor that we bought. We bought a small tractor and trailer. And we got our hut over there, so we can just, put fertilizer and seed in all of them. And of course, we got ourselves the big water tanker, which I did not take time to figure out why I could not refill from the well down by the greenhouses. But we were able to get water from Omatana's seed hut, and that was free as well. I'm trying to figure out, I think we're going to fill this up before we get to the other end. So let's go ahead and open up some gates here. We'll go drop some of these carrots off. I will take the header off just to give me a little bit more room to turn around if I need to. Alright, let's open up the gates. This should be the soup factory? Yeah, soup factory. I think I want to put it into the canning production to begin with. Luckily, this thing turns pretty sharply. I will need to back on up. Let's go ahead and unfold this. But I'm thinking, I don't think this is going to take all the carrots. I may be surprised here. Alright, color me surprised. Let's go ahead and we'll get that production turned on. Let's see, that is the canning production. Soup, preserves, carrots. Let's go ahead and activate that. And of course, that should be on storing. Yeah, so it looks like that holds exactly 250. And actually, this gate is already open, so we can just zip on out through here. Well, one more pass up and then down, and the carrots will be done harvested. And then it's on to the red beet. Yeah, so the question is, can we actually get through here? That fits perfectly. All right, spin this around here. And we'll just throw like our headers in these sheds here if they fit through. Alright, there is the carrot header in there. Now we'll go dump off these carrots. We're going to put these carrots though in the soup production building, so I want to see if I can unload. I think I left myself enough space. I wanted the fence line for the productions on Production Lane a little bit closer to the road, but that's as close as I really could get to the road, and it wouldn't let me place the fences any closer than that. Alright, so the question is, okay, that will work. I would already say, if this doesn't work, that's not that big of a deal. I could always probably just come on the outside of the fence and just put it on in. As for that gate there, I don't think, unless I make a road around the building, I don't think I'll ever use that gate, honestly. Just have to back up, which is not that big of a deal. Alright, let me go ahead and get that production up and going. Carrot soup. Let's go ahead and activate that. That'll probably zip through that really, really quick. Everything is on storing. Oh yeah, we could also do potato soup. I kind of forgot about that. Alright, on down to the store. We'll buy ourselves the other header. for the red beet, and I will get the same header working speed-wise, 12 miles an hour, as we just got for the carrots. I love how fast this thing is up and down the road, pretty darn quick. Yes, beet technology. All right, and then, yeah, we're going to grab this one right here. And then that's kind of close to the color, but do we have like a darker maroon color? I mean, maybe that one? Yes, that one looks good. The color of that is actually blush. All right, well, that, I mean, it works. Yep, let's go ahead and buy that. And yes, the symbols are on the headers, but just easier before you even get up to it, that you already know what header you're going to be grabbing just by the color. And if you're colorblind, well, that might be a little bit of a problem. Don't know how to help you out there. All right, let's get back and we'll harvest the red beet, and we'll probably put that into the preserve food factory as well. Bouncy, bouncy. Up here, by the way, which is, we're like in the southeastern corner of the map, almost the southeastern corner. There's another nice little area if you want to smooth it. Well, it is smoothed out, but nice little extra area to put in your extra buildings if you like. As for, didn't know which way you were going there, fella. As for all the vineyards that are around the other parts of the map here, like this vineyard here, I won't be doing anything with those. The vineyard, the vineyard is going to be where our vineyard is, and I will expand on the vineyard that we have in order to make more of a profit and make it more. Let's see, what's the word I want to use there? I mean, we're only like I said, we're making like $15,000-$18,000 off the grapes that we harvested this year, and you know that's not going to be enough to move around. So we'll be putting a lot of the base game grapes in. That way we can use coarse play to take care of that. But we can't plant the grapes until next spring. All right, red beet going in. Like, yeah, all these vineyards here and the olive groves as well. We could buy the fields, delete them, and then expand on these fields here to make them look bigger. But I think all the crop I want to plant is going to be in the spring on this map. Let's see, wheat, barley, don't really need to get... Oh, canola. I need to plant canola today if I want canola for next year. All right, yeah, so that's about it. Everything else is pretty much in Triticale. I don't think I really need it on this map, but maybe we'll maybe do it once just to try it out. But everything else I plant in the springtime. So canola, I would need to plant today. And honestly, the only field I would have that's somewhat ready to be planted in, I think the sugar beet field that we did, maybe I will plant canola in that one. So let me turn this off for a moment. And what I need to do is I need to grab the T8. And where did I put the weight for you? Oh, right there. I see it. Put the weight on the front. And yes, the Franks have gotten their passport and they made it all the way over here to Italy. And they're going to be helping us work here in the hills of Tuscany as well. So we'll get one of the Franks to go ahead and plow up the field. Can I sneak through here? Yes, we can. That's our grass field to the right, which we'll be harvesting next month. I also need to be putting down the honeybees so we can start getting our honey so we can make some more candy. Actually, you know what? This field is not as big as I thought it was. Yeah, we'll come back and we'll take care of this ourselves later on instead of getting one of the Franks to do it. All right, let's get back on down. And thought that field was a little bit bigger than that. All right, so Red Bee, is this field about the same size as that one? Could be. They're different shapes. I could go on the PDA to see how many hectares are actually each field. But we'll just go by yield, see how it does. But let's get this field harvested, and we can move on to other things. Well, it's not going to be a full combine, but, you know, still pretty good yield. Look at that. The working width seems to be working well for me on the last two passes. Measured that perfectly almost. Yeah, I think we're going to go ahead and we're going to dump this all into the soup factory. So we'll fold up the header. And we're going to dump it from the outside of the fence. Turn on my beacons here, just so if any oncoming traffic is coming. Will this work, or am I going to have to go in there? I think it's going to work, right? Perfect. Made to measure, almost. Let's go in and make sure we turn on that production so it's up and going. Let's see, soup, red beet soup, right? There we go. Yep, let's go ahead and activate that. Perfect. We are making products. We are a productive farm now. We are actually doing some stuff. Let's go put this header away. I got the sugar beet header as well. For now, I'm going to keep that sugar beet header, that harvest at 25 miles an hour. There is another sugar beet field that we may purchase and harvest later on this month. All depends on how fast the sugar factory actually goes through that. And I won't be running the upgradable factories mod that allows me to upgrade the factories to double the production each time. Because that has caused some issues with us in the past of getting that out of space prompt that we get sometimes in our factories. And I don't want to have to keep resetting that. Because that sugar factory, I don't know how fast it's going to go through that sugar. And I think we had it pretty much maxed out, did we not? On sugar beet? No, 500,000. Alright. So maybe getting that other sugar factory going because I think making the candy is going to be very helpful to us to get that loan paid off quicker. I do love how fast this thing can get up and down the road. Unrealistic, of course, but being able to put all of our headers into the farmyard and not have to put down more sheds. I mean, it's not that far from where we've been harvesting, but we do plan to have more fields, right? Now let's go ahead and put this one in here. Perfect. As for this, technically right now we are done with it. So let's go. Hey, we got reindeer. Let's go ahead and put this into the shed up here. And I think I will show off a little bit of it. I did a YouTube short on this. I don't know where I put the pallet now. Of the realistic damage system. Where did I put that pallet? Is it up here? I don't know what I did with that pallet, to be honest with you. We had two. I know I put one at the vineyard. I don't know where I put the other one. Well, I was going to go ahead and inspect this, but I don't think there's going to be much wrong with it anyways. Maybe I put it over here by the combine? Oh, there we go. It's over by the combine. Where is the working area of this? Is that going to be close enough? Not the combine's in the way. I won't be able to inspect it. Oh, whatever. Alright, we'll have to... I do have super strength turned on. So let's just grab this and we'll put it over here. Should be in the working area. Is it not? Oh, there we go. More to the side of it. Control J. We're going to go ahead and start inspection. And, yeah, it'll be completed at 12:09. Yeah, we'll start anyway. So it'll take an hour to inspect it. I don't think anything's going to be wrong with it, but our mechanic is now working on it. I wish it actually showed just like a guy just standing out, guy or girl. It doesn't matter. Standing outside just looking at it at least. Let's go ahead and get up there to where the TA is. Nope, that's the wrong one. And we're going to go ahead and plow this field up. And that way, next time, we'll be ready to throw our canola in it. You know what? Another thing we might have to do... Yeah, I can see it already. We need to spread some lime in these fields. So, I'm going to put lime down these fields before we plant. Unlike precision farming where you can put the lime down... I think the only time you can't put lime down in precision farming is when the crop is in the harvest stage. I think in the base game, the only time you can put lime down is in an unseeded field or right after you plant. As long as the crops have not germinated, I think you can put lime down. So for these fields here, I definitely want to put the lime down before we plant. So it's time to get ourselves a Breedle spreader. We do have a spreader back at the farmyard, but that only holds like 10,000 liters, and that will be for fertilizing only. And I want to keep those spreaders separate, so I don't have to keep unloading whatever material's in it for the other material. So it'll just be easier just to have two, like always. And I think in between episodes, I'll have to go visit the bank and borrow another $1 million because we're going to be spending it quite fast. I thought $5 million. I'm like, I can get by with that. Then I started realizing, before I started recording today, how much more stuff I need to buy. And I was like, yeah, I cannot get by on $200,000, which sounds kind of ridiculous, but yeah, we're going to borrow up to $6 million, which means we're going to have about $18,000 a month in interest rates. But at some point, we'll make our money back, right? That's... Because at some point, we'll have all the equipment that we pretty much need, and most of the land that we need. So when we start selling our products, it's not like we're saving up to buy something. It'll just be all the money that we earn goes right in towards paying off the loan. I also feel like today's episode seems to be going a little bit smoother than last episode. Last episode seemed to me like it was kind of hectic, like I was going everywhere, and I was getting like trying to get a million things done all at once. Now we did get a lot done, but I was zipping around, doing this, doing that, putting this down here. Now let's run over here and do that. Today seems a little bit more uniform, like we're taking care of one thing at a time, almost. I still jump around and I keep thinking of things I need to do here. I should have actually started. There is a mod out there that allows you to start when you start on a new save game, allows you to start your year in April instead of August. Starting in August is fine and all because you got fields that are, boom, they're just ready for harvest. So it gives you an opportunity just to get into harvesting and make some money. Which is good and all, but I think really on this one here, probably would have been a little bit better if I did start in April, and that way I could have got the fields kind of all prepared the way I wanted them to. I mean, we did pretty well overall, and some of the fields were well taken care of, but I think most of them have needed some lime, so we lost about 15% yield because of that, but not much we can do about it. And really, I was going to hold off on plowing this field until the winter months when I don't have harvesting and still all this other thing I need to catch up on. I was going to, the winter months are there to help me prepare for spring planting. But seeing that I want to have canola for next year so we can get some canola oil so we can make some potato chips. Yeah, I got to plant the canola this month. So we'll have another episode in the month of October. Looks like I'll be spending that $1 million. I'm going to borrow more. So $5 million up to $6 million. We'll be down by those carrot and beet fields. We'll be down there where that plot of land is. And we're going to put down, of course, first we got to buy the land. And then I got to put down the potato factory, which I don't know how much that cost. And then a grass dryer and then the silo fermenter. I'm pretty sure that's going to cost me somewhere with all those things, maybe $300,000 to $400,000 between the land and those 3 buildings. So $1 million may sound like, oh, that'll be good enough for now. It will be for now. And I do want to buy some more land. The good thing about Hills of Tuscany, the land seems not as expensive like as American Falls or East Vineland land was. It seems... Do I want to say cheaper? We'll also figure out what fields we want to plant in for next season. Maybe buy some more fields where we just were and connect them together to make them just a little bit bigger. So like this year, as we just did carrots and red beets, maybe next year we'll do like potatoes and parsnips. We'll have to make a cotton field somewhere. So we do have that spinnery. Of course, we don't have any wool from sheep yet because we don't have the sheep, but we will next month when we cut that grass. I'm hoping the grass will be fully grown by then. I think I checked on the grass last episode in October, and I think it said ready for harvest, but we always wait until the final growth stage to get all the grass that we can. And I probably actually need a bigger grass field than what we have. But maybe throughout this upcoming winter we can get... I mean, we're running right now. The farm is running, and we're running around. But hopefully, throughout the winter, we can, with a slower pace a little bit, not having harvesting and trying to prep the fields just before harvest so we get a better yield. Hopefully throughout the winter we can catch our breath a little bit, get things settled in, and then we'll have some kind of a routine here. But yeah, definitely over by the vineyard, I want to buy another lot of land, and so we can put down a whole bunch of vines next year. And that way we, you know, have a decent profit from doing grapes at least. And of course, with more fields, I may need more tractors. Not right off, but with the amount of plowing we're going to be doing with all the root crops, a tractor like this T8 could be on full plowing duty throughout the season. So I would need another heavy-duty tractor to like pull the drill or maybe pull the grain cart around, although the Lamborghini seems to be doing okay with that. I probably will buy a smaller tractor to do like fertilizing jobs with narrow tires on it. I think with the Landini, yeah, I did it. With the Lamborghini, I think I can put narrow tires on that one to do spreading of fertilizer, and I won't damage crops. But I think that'll look just kind of weird on that big of a tractor. So maybe getting a smaller tractor, like on American Falls, we got the Valtra. Just a smaller tractor with narrow tires on it, just to haul around the fertilizer. And just remember, with that spreader that we got, being a 10,000 liter capacity, with that mod there, it doesn't actually have any weight to it. So a small tractor with that on the back of it, it's not going to tip backwards. But I would like to get a tractor where it doesn't look that ridiculous to have that big of a spreader on the back, to be like 2 times the size. If you remember way back on East Vineland, we had the John Deere 710. What tractor was that? I think that's actually a modded one from FarmCon that we got. Okay, I may not even have it even activated. But something maybe like this New Holland here. Wheel setup. Can we throw narrow twin, narrow tires? Maybe that one right there will be our fertilizer spreader. Possibly. All right, might as well bring this on down and maybe start plowing up the carrot field. Although, yeah, this could be plowing up the carrot field next time while we're in the Lamborghini putting down the line. So we'll park this on over here. Like so. But I do want to spend a little bit more cash, even though we spent some of it today. Let's go to farmland. Should be this lot right here. And that's only like just 69,000. So that's not that expensive at all. There we go. So now we own this right over here. So the question is, how much is that potato production? That's the one I don't know. Production. I looked at it, but I didn't see what the price was. $120,000. Ooh, and that is rather on the large size. Okay. So, yeah, by the time we put this down here, and of course we put our grass dryer in, that's a somewhat decent sized building. The silage fermenter silo is not that big. And then I think the honeybees, we'll put the bees over here, because we're going to need bees for the candy shop, which is right over there. Yeah, right in front of us here. So nothing has spawned as of yet, but basically everything's only been running for like about an hour. This stuff should spawn over here, but that's only like a half a pallet so far. And of course we got things running over here, and that just started on up, so carrot and red beet soup is being made. So we're in the process of making some material. We just got to be able to sell it. And again, eventually, yeah, the only reason why we're doing TMR is because of the candy production. We already got dehydrated beet pulp over here, along with molasses. We just need the silage, and then we can start making some TMR for the cows. Of course, the cows, get them up at 100%. The sheep just need grass or hay, but we're going to do hay to begin with because we need hay for the cows to start with. I don't think this TMR building is going to keep up with the cows. Maybe it will, maybe it won't. I have no idea. Pigs, horses, and chickens, do not plan to get involved with those at all. If you want to see pigs and you don't know about it, go check out the American Falls series. We just got our pigs maybe an episode or two ago. Horses, if you want to see that, go watch my series on Solyndra. We kind of, it's kind of based on horses, but then again, kind of not. And chickens, well, you know, chickens have been almost in all my series, just about, and yeah, they're easy to take care of. But anyways, as I block traffic, we are done for at least the episode, and halfway through the month of October. That's all of our fields harvested, right? Harvested, and the grass field. Oh yeah, the grass field I do just want to quickly check on. Yeah, it does say ready for harvest. Doesn't quite look like it's ready for harvest, but it says it is. But we'll wait until November until the grass is at its full height. And yeah, this field looked big when I first bought it, but now that I'm looking at it, you know, it's going to produce a good amount of grass, and we'll get it down to the grass dryer, and then of course we'll get ourselves our animals, and hopefully be able to keep up with feeding them. And meanwhile, the inspection's going on a root crop harvester. Don't expect anything to be there. But then again, just to remind you, this is the realistic damage system mod for PC only currently, and it'll probably be that way. But seeing that's being inspected, I'm trying to start the engine. Will not let me start the engine because it's been disabled, because it's being worked on. I don't expect them to find any damage, but you never know. But anyways, that's where we're going to wrap it up for today, guys. Hopefully you guys did enjoy the episode. I do appreciate you watching as always. I'll catch you again right here in the hills of Tuscany. But until then, have a good one.